Good evening, Internet. Shroom here. Gonna play some more Standard on Arena tonight, and I really like Simic Stompy decks. If you look at the videos on this channel, you'll see that I played a couple of different versions in Pioneer, but especially after the release of Tarkir Dragonstorm, I think there's a good Simic Stompy control deck to be built in Standard these days. What is Simic Stompy control? Let's take a look. So the basic premise behind this deck is that ramping is a really good thing to do in control decks. Because what we're planning to do is to ramp in the early turns. We're going to do that with Llanowar Elves. We're going to do that with Glimpse the Core, which lets us put Force onto the battlefield. And we got a new piece called the Herd Heirloom, which just is a 2-mana rock that taps for 1 mana that can only be spent to cast creature spells, which is fine. We have plenty of creatures that we want to cast. It can also tap to give a creature we control the power 4 greater trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So this is a really good piece for this deck because it lets us draw extra cards, which is something that we want to do with this kind of strategy, in addition to being a ramp spell that lets us play our creatures early. So it's kind of, in a way, everything that we want in a mana rock or a ramp piece like this. It also can tap immediately the turn that you play it. So unlike Glimpse the Core, where like your force enters battlefield tapped, you can use the mana from the Herd Heirloom right away. So I have a feeling this is going to be really good. So when you ramp into really efficient threats, which are going to be green, because green gives you the biggest bodies of the mana value, and those threats are going to be the Keen-Eyed Curators are just three threes for 2 mana, which is as big as a creature gets at that mana value. They also can, just for 1 mana, exile cards as many times as you want from a graveyard. And if you exile 4 different types of cards, they become 7/7 tramplers. Pretty good. So graveyard hate on a 3/3 body, exactly what we're looking for. Bloated is just one of my favorite threats in Standard. Big beefy trampling body for 3 mana. Regal Imperiosaur is also just like the biggest body you can get for 3 mana. Scrap Shooter is a big body for 3 mana that also has reach and can destroy an artifact or enchantment when it ETBs. So you ramp. Ramping allows you to play these big threats early and hold up mana for counterspells. So you drop 1 or 2 of these big beaters, which are going to be bigger than whatever your opponent can play in the early turns. You beat down with them, protect your creatures with counterspells, and you win the game in the mid game, basically, with these giant super efficient threats. That is the plan, anyway. So we've got our ramp, we've got our creatures. One other creature we're playing is a 1 of Sky Serpent Seeker, just a 1/1 flying Death Touch that can exhaust for 4 mana to do like explosive vegetation. Kind of wanted to just find a room for a second of these, but then again, there's not going to be a lot of situations where we have 4 mana up. Most of the time when we're, playing our threats and proceeding with our game plan, we're going to have like 1 to 2 mana up after casting a creature. So maybe this isn't as good as I think it might be, but we're playing the 1 up for sure. And then, there are the counterspells that we want to hold up. Those include Spell Pierce as a 2 of. Those include Repulsive Mutation as a 3 of, which can just be green-blue counter-target spell in the right situation a lot of the time if we have a big creature on the board. The downside to this, of course, is that if we have no creatures on the board, this does nothing. It's actually uncastable. So I have kind of a weird wariness about Repulsive Mutation, but I'm hopeful that in this brew it's going to work out okay. And we also are playing a 1 of Spectral Denial, which is a new counterspell from Dragonstorm Tarkir Dragonstorm. It costs 1 less. It's blue and X. Costs 1 less for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. So if we have a Bloated Contaminator on the battlefield, it only costs 1 to be like a daze, basically. Counter target spell, any spell, unless controller plays X. If we have multiple creatures on the battlefield, it can be a 1 mana spell that makes our opponent pay like 2 or 3 mana to resolve their spell. It can just be like a 1 mana hard counter of anything. Unlike Spell Pierce, this counters any spell. And we don't need creatures to actually play this. We can just tap a bunch of mana to make X really high so that our opponent can't resolve their spell, which we're going to have because we're a ramp deck. And then we got some just basic utility in Simic colors. Into the Flood Maw helps us deal with early creatures. We've got ways to deal with creatures, of course. I forgot to mention the Tyvar stand as a 2 of. This is basically a counter spell that is going to counter anything that targets our creatures, removal spells, etc. It also can just be a Howl from Beyond. So if we get through an attack in the late game, and our opponent is low on life, we can just pump a bunch of mana into this, kill them on the spot. Oh yeah, we got a 1 of Hunter's Talent, which I like in decks like this. It's a enchantment that is a fight spell to begin with. can turn into something that boosts our attack power and gives our creatures trample, and eventually levels up to a saga enchantment that lets us draw cards if we have big creatures on the board, which we pretty much always should. And we've got a 2 of Archdruid's Charm. I kind of forgot this was legal in Standard. It's an extremely powerful spell that either ramps us, puts a land onto the battlefield. This can all be done at instant speed, by the way. It can also put a counter on a creature we control and have it bite one of our opponent's creatures, or it can exile an artifact or enchantment. So all of these modes are very, very good. And this is imminently castable for our deck because we're going to be ramping. We have lots of green mana. And then the kind of the icing on the cake that we got from Tarkir is Auroral Procession. So Regrowth is an instant now. It's just an instant. I remember how powerful this Regrowth was from the early days of MTG, but make it blue and green instead of just green and 1, and you get to return any card from your graveyard to your hand at instant speed, which it can be like a Snapcaster Mage. We can like return a Spell Pierce or other counterspell at instant speed as our opponent's trying to resolve something and counter it on the spot. Or we can just, on our opponent's end step, return a creature that they've killed so that we can play it on the following turn, our next turn. So I just think this card's going to be really, really good. I've always thought Regrowth was good. This is just like a better version of it, and it seems like it's great for this strategy. So that is the basic plan. Ramp, play really efficient, cheap beaters that are green and that have big bodies to kill our opponent in the mid game. Total of 22 lands in the deck should be sufficient, considering how much ramp we have in our spells. And standard mana really sucks. It's slow. We only have 4 like always tap lands, although we have to play these fast lands, which are going to come into play tapped a lot in the mid to late game. So that's just how it is with standard mana. I mean, I'm kind of the mindset these days to not go more than 2 colors, just because of how bad the mana is in standard. Could we just get like fetch land? Not fetch lands. I mean, we had fetch lands last time we were in Tarkir. Could we get shock lands, slow lands, pathways? I would settle for pathways at this point. But basically all the tech that we have in our mana base is Hedge Maze. We don't have like demolition fields or anything because we are very color intensive. Also, we should really kill our opponents before creature lands become especially relevant if things go according to plan. The sideboard contains an additional Into the Floodmaw and a Bushwhack against like aggro decks. We've got more counterspells to tailor our suite. We've got 2 Essence Scatters, 1 Negate to soup up our counterspells. We've got 3 Obstinate Balos for the Pixie decks, Liliana decks. We've got a 1 of Sorceress Spyglass, which just always has a lot of targets in this format. You can name a creature land, you can name Jace the Perfected Mind, you can name the new the Cutter equipment that's becoming really popular now. Just tons of stuff you can name with this. Tishana's Tidebinder can help against like Monument of Endurance decks or like Simulacrum Synthesizer decks. Again, lots of good targets for the Tidebinder. 1 of Scrap Shooter means a total of 3 of these that we can use against artifact and enchantment heavy decks. Surak Elusive Hunter is a 2 of we can board in against decks that play a lot of removal spells like black decks. We can use Surak to help us draw additional cards as our stuff gets targeted. And a 1 of Tranquil Throwback for artifacts, enchantments, and graveyards. Also good against aggro because it can gain us life. 4 mana is really more than we want to pay for a creature, but it's just a 1 of. And keep in mind, we do have our Graveyard Hate already in our main board from our raccoons, our Keen-Eyed Curators. So anyway, that's the plan. Gonna ramp, gonna play big beefy threats while we protect them with counter magic. Let's see if we can make this work on Platinum tier in Arena Standard. If you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Izuri's Renegade the Mighty will be our first opponent. With their hippo. Was that a Pedigriff or something? I don't know. The flying hippo. Our hand looks good. We've got ramp into a turn 2 Bloaty. Bivouac. Temur something or other. Alright. Let's start bloating. Okay, so they're plotting in Outback. attack. Yeah, so let's surveil. Keen-Eyed Curator. Could be good. Play another bloater. Cactus Folk, sure shots. Alright. Let's attack with our bloaters. Okay, now what do we want to do? I think we'll ramp. Play another 4/4. Doppelgang. Is there a Doppelgang deck? Yeah, we'll block that. Okay, Repulsive Mutation's pretty good. Attack with our bloater. They block. Play a Keen-Eyed Curator. Burst Lightning kicked. Okay. I think that will X equals 0. Counter this unless you pay 3. Opponent scoops. Alright, outcast your Trailblazer, you say. So we absolutely want Essence Scatter. Bushwhack could be good. Yeah, I think we'll cut into the Flood Maw because we don't want to give them repeated card draw triggers. Do we need Spell Pierce? Kind of don't think we need Spell Pierce. Maybe we should have left in Spell Pierce because they're a Doppelgang deck. And Spell Pierce is very good against that. But let's try to just counter their Trailblazers. We'll keep this. Alright, down goes our elf. That's fine. We're going to counter this for sure. We'll do X equals 1. Botanical Sanctum. Yeah, we'll play that. plotting their Outcaster. Uh-huh. Curator is good. Another Repulsive Mutation. Yeah, I like Repulsive Mutation since we have a Curator that we're going to have on the battlefield. Counter that. Another Battle Crier. Okay. Let's play our Curator. Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Well, we're gonna counter pretty much anything you play. Oh, they have an Obliterating Bolt. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Well, I think we want to just regrow our Curator. Oh, it got exiled. Yeah, that's not good. Let's glimpse the core. Ramp. Maybe that was bad. Maybe I should have just held up Procession for Essence Scatter. Llanowar. Okay, we don't care about that. Alright, we need to find a big beater here, and we don't. More Llanowar Elves. We just don't draw any threats. Okay, so we're dead. So actually, I think we do want Spell Pierce for sure. And maybe Surok too? We'll cut in Archdruid's Charm. No, I like that better than Bushwhack, I think. Cut a Bushwhack. A Glimpse. Cut one of the Imperiosaurs. Actually, I think I like them better than the Scrap Shooters. Opponent's not really doing anything artifact or enchantment-y. That's a one-lander, which we cannot keep. Ugh. It's another one-lander. We also can't keep this. So we're going to 5. And this is a terrible hand, but we're keeping. And bottom... I don't know, a couple lands, I guess? Maybe... Land and Repulsive Mutation? Sky Serpent? That's not terrible. Alright, play our snake. Alright, let's attack. Play Sanctum. We'll play our Imperiosaur. There's that guy. The Battle Crier. Okay. Let's play our Heirloom. Maybe it would have been better to just hold up the mana to ramp. I think we'll attack with our dinosaur. We'll trade for this 4/3 if they want. We can always regrow it. Okay. Let's draw a card. Trailblazer. Okay, Keen-Eyed Curator. Let's again attack with our dinosaur. They take it again. Okay. Draw another card. Counterspell of some kind? Bloated. Let's play Bloated. I should have played this Curator too. Oh well. Trailblazer. Archdruid's Charm. It's pretty nice. So let's do fight mode. Put a counter on you. Fight you. Attack like this. Okay. Hit you for 6 and draw a card. We'll play a Curator. We'll pass. And we got him. GG's. Alright, that's how Simic Stompy is supposed to work. Mike the Corbin. The Brilliant is our opponent. We'll be on the draw. This hand is pretty unexciting. They did mull once. I think I'll also mull once. This isn't good against very much in the format. We'll also keep 6 and bottom something. I mean, Repulsive Mutation. We have no creatures, so yeah, I don't know about Repulsive Mutation. Alright, it's aggro. And we are drawing Pain Lands, that's great. Play a Pain Land. Corey Steel Cutter. Yeah, this card is ridiculous. We're just gonna take this. Storm Chaser's Talent. Hooray! More aggro decks. Let's bounce that monk. just what Standard needed. Alright, we're gonna have to take Pain to play this 5-4. See if we can just out-beef him. Oh, block the Swift Spear. Monstrous Rage. Alright, we trade. Another Pain land. Oh my goodness. And I could Bushwhack, but I would have to take Pain. We've taken like 4 points of damage off our mana. It might be more this turn. Another Quarry Steel Cutter. Sure. Alright, we find a Bloaty. So I think we'll just Bushwhack this Otter. An attack. Take another damage to play our Contaminator. Opponent's got nothing. Alright, let's Surveil. A forest is a non-painful source of green mana. But we've already got 2 of those now. Now I think we're okay on mana. So, I'm just gonna attack for 5. It's absolutely 100% possible I can just die here. Opt. Yep, if they have one more spell, I die. Monstrous Rage. Awesome. Okay, well, we kind of died to our mana base there. So we want Into the Floodmaw. I think we want Sorcerous Spyglass. I don't know, that's a triggered ability, right? I don't think Sorcerous Spyglass works against the thing. We absolutely want Baloths. We want Bushwhack. Negate. Tranquil Frillback. Is it worth it to give him a card to kill a Quarry Steel Cutter? I think it is. What do we cut? Maybe Repulsive Mutations. Procession. 1 Archdruid's Charm, just a little slow. A Glimpse. A Tyvar's. Yeah, I don't think Tyvar's the best. What are these Herd Heirlooms? I don't know. I just don't see us being able to hold up 3 mana to counter a Quarry Steel activation. So, we'll just run this. This hand looks okay. I mean, we've got a good beefy 2-drop and 3-drop. We don't have any of our sideboard cards. Is this good enough? Maybe it is. The Imperiosaur is nice and chunky. And we have non-painful sources of our colors too, so that's good. Opponent Multi 5, that's also good. We don't need more lands, really. Alright, play a 3/3. they use a Scorching Shot. I like Tranquil Frillback. So let's play a 5/4. Ren's Resolve. Finds 2 lands for them. Monstrous Rage. How much you want to bet? Monstrous Rage. Oh, just a burn spell? Okay. Trade, that's fine. More chunkers where that came from. I think I'll save the Frillback in case they play a Core Steel Cutter. Just gonna glimpse the core. Play another Curator. Oh, I do have to take a pain for this. Opponent scoops. Okay. Just do that again, I guess. One lander, which is a tap land. Our hand is really good if we get to play our cards. We are on the draw. I'm going to keep this. And this is a blue source as is. I mean, I can hold up Spell Pierce. That's not bad. Ren's Resolve. Yeah, I think I want to Spell Pierce that. Obstinate Baloth. Oh man, it would be so good if we could cast it. I'm gonna keep it. Play our Llanowar. Please don't kill my elf. Please don't kill my elf. They killed my elf. Okay. Well, 3/3 is pretty good against them. Stadium Headliner. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures controlled to target creature. Opponents looking for their Core Steel Cutters. Okay, Hedge Maze. I think we want to just fight down this thing. Negate. I don't think we need negate. We're going to spend our next several turns playing creatures. Opponent stocks up. Okay. Let's attack with our Curator. Play a Baloth. There's the cutter. Double cutter. Another Baloth. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, opponent scoops it up. Well, I mean, they didn't get a very good draw. I don't know about all those blue cards in that deck. Lazy Fuffs the Mighty will be our next opponent. And freaking one-lander. Ugh, we're on the draw. Opponent mulligans. Well, we'll mulligan. Okay, this is more like it. Really wish this was an untapped land, but we're definitely keeping this. I think I'll bottom Auroral Procession. We just want to play our beef. Oh, look, it's the same deck. Bushwhack. Alright, play our Llanowar. Let's draw an untapped land for next turn, please. Oh no, it's just like regular mono red. Alright, we drew an untapped land. That's great. So let's go for Bloated. Well, we'll block the Cacophony Scamp. Monstrous Rage. Not a Monstrous Rage. Okay, we trade with the Cacophony Scamp. Alright, we got more chunkers where that came from. Go for another Bloated. Heartfire Hero. Might of the Meat to draw card. Suspend a Slick Shot. Oh, Demonic Ruckus. Alright, let's Bushwhack this Heartfire Hero. Question is, do we want to attack? Probably not. We don't need any more lands. Let's attack. Yeah, what the heck? We're at 14. They're showing 3 damage. They attack. Okay. Alright, let's attack with our Bloated. Down to 12. We'll play our Imperiosaur. And we can just kill them with Tyvar Stand next turn. Heartfire Hero, yeah. Llanowar. Okay. I think I'll attack with Bloated. Shock. Okay. Alright, let's X equals 3 this Tyvar stand. Playing Elf. Cunning Coyote. Alright, so they gotta block something here. Oh, they have a Witch Stalker Frenzy. Double block. Okay. Keen-Eyed Curator. Let's get in with our elf. We'll play a Keen-Eyed Curator. Another Cunning Coyote. We'll take it. What do they have in their graveyard? Creature, instants, enchantments. Creature. Instance. Enchantments. Is there a fourth type anywhere? Yes, there's sorcery in my graveyard. Attack for lethal? Okay, got him. The raccoon. So again, we want Into the Floodmaw. We want Obstinate Baloth. Tranquil Frillback. Bushwhack. That ought to be good. We can cut some Repulsive Mutation. We can cut a Procession, I guess. I like the Tyvar stand. I like the Spell Pierce. Do we want Essence Scatter too? Maybe. Shave a little bit of the non-sideboard creatures. Cut a Glimpse the Core. And maybe an Heirloom. When you play against these aggro decks, you just gotta try to stay alive. Well, we have Essence Scatter, that's good. But it doesn't counter anything until their turn 3. Which is probably already too late, so this is a mulligan. Into a 1-lander with nothing we can actually play. That's also a mulligan. Alright, we'll keep this, I guess. Bottom, Keen-Eyed and Spell Pierce. I'm gonna take a pain to play this elf. Amp. Another Archdruid's Charm. We certainly don't need that. Do we play our Raccoon or hold up Essence Scatter? We probably play a Raccoon, actually. Swifty. Monstrous Rage. Yeah, and we're just dead, right? We can fight down the Swift Spear, but we take 5. Alright, that was fun. I think I'll swap out one of these Essence Scatters. Yeah, the Essence Scatters are good. Essence Scatter's good. I think we just need to not draw multiple one-landers in a row. This hand's okay. Like, we have Spell Pierce is good, the Curator's good, Baloth is very good. We'll keep. Now, do we play a Raccoon on 2, or do we wait till turn 3? I think if they play a 1-drop, I'm gonna wait. Llanowar Elf. Okay, that's a good draw. Can play this and still keep up Spell Pierce. Another Swifty. Plotting a Demonic Ruckus, no block. Alright. So, I think I'll just play a Baloth here. Mirren Bane Splitter. Oh, we'll block the 5/4. Go down to 17. Okay, let's play our Raccoon. Cutting Coyote. Let's counter that. Oh, I could have X equals 1. That's silly. I could have added a counter to my Raccoon. Yeah, we'll block the Heartfire hero. Can we make it big yet? Creature, instant? No, we can't. Alright, we need to draw something. Bloaty's good. Play another Llanowar. I mean, we block. It's got Menace. Okay. So they are creatureless. Oh, Auroral Procession is good. What's our best creature? Obstinate Baloth, probably. Yeah. So we can regrow it. And cast it. Sure. We'll keep trading. Snake. Play our snake. Pass. Swifty. Equip. Alright, let's exhaust our snake. Get a bunch of lands. Get a Llanowar elf. Pass. Lightning strike the snake. Guess we'll spell pierce, make you tap out. We're blocked. We're not short on mana. Tyvar stand, that would have been so good last turn. Alright, I need to draw something quickly. Land is not it. Into the Floodmaw. It's not bad. I mean, you're still way behind and very likely to lose. Bloaty. But I think we just die, because when this dies, it deals damage to its power, so we're dead. Boo! Well, I wonder if it was right to continue trading our big guys for their creatures. I was thinking eventually they'd run out, but, I mean, we did before they did. Reaper 4650, the Mighty. And our hand is a one-lander that does nothing, so that's a mulligan. Alright, this is better. We'll keep this in bottom. Spectral Denial. Alright, just pass. Oh, I should have played Yavimaya Coast. What was I thinking? So dumb. Oh, I couldn't have countered the Overlord anyway. So they're a graveyard deck. Okay. Well, we have a Keen-Eyed Curator. Do I want to play it this turn or next turn when I can spell Pierce? Probably want to wait. So I think this turn I'll just ramp. Grab a forest. So next turn I can Keen-Eyed Curator and hold up Repulsive Mutation. Fear of missing out, sure. Okay, let's play our Keen-Eyed Curator. Do we want to bushwhack this Fear of Missing Out? I don't think so. They have land enchantment instant in their graveyard right now. I think we just pass. We'll bushwhack next turn. Bitter Triumph. We will Spell Pierce. Alright, let's start eating your graveyard. What do we bushwhack is the question. I think we'll bushwhack the FOMO. Alright, let's eat. What do I have so far? I have a creature. Let's eat an instant. We'll keep up our counterspell. There's the snake. So we have creature instant. Let's eat a land. Attack with our raccoon. Bitter Triumph. Will X equals 1 this? They have a Get Lost also, okay. Alright, play a snake. Alright, they get their Overlord online. And we get nothing. they have a Valgavoth in their graveyard now. That's very bad. Yeah, this is a deck that's popular now. And we just draw lands. Okay. So we want... Surrak. Tranquil Frillback. I think we just want counterspells, really. We can go down fight effects. Into the Flood Maw is not the greatest. Cut a little bit of the stuff we didn't sideboard in. Like, we don't really need scrap shooters. Try this. Okay, yeah, we got Frillback, we got Raccoons, we got Negate, we'll keep. Double Curator is very good against them. Spectral Denial could be good. FOMO. Alright, we'll go ahead and eat your duress. Repulsive Mutation. Let's attack with our Raccoon. I think just hold up our counters. Another FOMO. I guess I could have countered that. No block. Yeah, we already have sorcery under our Raccoon. Well, we're gonna win this race. It would be nice to draw land at some point. Do I just play a Bloaty? I think I do. Start beating down. Cut down on the elf, for sure. Bittery Onion. Valgavoth is in the yard. Uber nerd. Kroxa and Kuranos. Dude, the mana screw. Let's attack. Just gonna take it. Okay. Valgavoth's faithful. Uh-huh. The heirloom is not a mana source, unfortunately. Boy. Having another land would be so good. Attack, see if they want to double block. They certainly could. Get lost on my raccoon. I mean, if I counter, I don't have enough mana to eat their Valgavoths, and they just get a Valgavoth. So they get an extra combat step. Ugh. Man. They got another Valgavoth? Okay. Well, Mana Screw will get you. Man. That was horrible. Old Chunky Boy, the Crafty, will be our final opponent. We'll be on the draw. Dude, what's with the one-landers, man? Deck, what did I do to you? This is a very slow hand, but we're not mulling to 5. Bottom... Imperiosaur? Curator? We'll keep a Curator. Soul Search. So it looks like Ketramose. Which we actually don't have an answer for at the moment. Exiles Bloated. Alright, play a Curator. Oh. You go for the throws. Alright, guess I'm playing this Sharpshooter. Beza. Miss hard land drop again. Play Bloated. Shieldred. If I could just have drawn this land earlier. Ugh. Okay. What do I have that can deal with Shieldred? Nothing in my hand right now. So I guess I'm just passing. go for the throat. We'll counter that. Put one counter on Scrap Shooter, I guess. We'll block Shieldred. Glimpse the core. Do I want to glimpse the core? I guess so. This might be bad, because holding up my mana lets me Procession and Repulsive Mutation. So this is definitely risky. Take 4. Deadly Cover Up. I guess we'll just counter that. Llanowar Elf. We'll play our Llanowar Elf. Legion to Ashes. Okay. Let's get back our Repulsive Mutation. Cast it. Another Repulsive Mutation. They have a creature land now. Take 4. Alright, we need to draw something. Okay, well, X equals 4 on this. Sure, let's attack. Play a giant dino. Don't draw another deadly cover up, please. Yeah, I think they're dead. Because the Bloaty's a 9/9. Okay. So we absolutely want Surok, and we want Essence Scatter for sure. Anything else into the Flood Maw? They're playing a bunch of Fountain Ports and stuff. We'll bring in our Sorcerer's Spyglass. So I don't think we need Scrap Shooters. I guess Keen-Eyed Curator isn't the greatest. They don't look like they're doing anything with their graveyard. Cut a Glimpse. I'll cut Bushwhack. Zero lander? Please, come on, deck. Into one lander that can't cast anything. Okay. Alright. Bottom. Tyvar stand plus a land? I think so. Maybe 3 Bloated Contaminators will be enough. If we can cast them, we'll find... Surely on the draw with the Surveil, we can find a 3rd land. Duress sees how horrible my hand is. Okay, we're looking for land number 3. Overlord. Spell Pierce. Not finding land number 3 so far. Maze Mind Tome. Oh, we'll counter that. We don't find land number 3. Awesome. I did bottom one, but there's 22 lands in the deck. We're on the draw with the Surveil. Okay, we do get to counter Shieldred. That's good. Can I draw a land, please? Nope. Okay. Well, that is like a land for next turn. Temporary lockdown. Okay. I just don't even know what to say. I guess we'll cast this. There's Ketramose. They have nothing that this works against right now, but I'll just name Fountain Port. Because they might draw one at some point. Beza. Alright, we draw line number 3 finally. They do have a Go for the Throat in hand. Get back their Shieldred. Alright, I think we're just too far behind at this point. We'll play it out. Possibly I should have kept the 2 Surveil lands, but I mean, as it turns out, it didn't work. Yeah, I can't actually kill Shieldred with the Hunter's Talent. Fine. So they are Ketramose deck. And an Overlord, a black Overlord deck. So I want the Keen-Eyed Curator. I want Tranquil Throwback. I want Tishana's. Cut the non-sideboard creatures. You know, Hunter's Talent, I don't think it really is good enough. It's good with the Imperiosaur, I guess. I'm gonna cut it. Oh, and cut Sorcerer Spyglass. Well, they did show Liliana also, but nah. I don't think I need it. I just need one lander. Got them all. One lander. That land doesn't produce green mana. Got them all. We're down to 5. I guess I'm bottoming 2 lands here again. We have the Heirloom this time, so we will get to 3. Tranquil Frillback. It'll eventually be good. Duress takes my mana source. Sweet. Soul Search gets to take another one of my creatures. Alright, we have a Llanowar elf. Land, please. Nope. Beza. Actually draws them a card. Okay, brick again. Sweet. I can bounce this Beza so that they can draw more cards. Soul Search. Okay. What I want to gift you. Whatever. Like, this doesn't really matter. A snake. Restless Fortress. I think I blocked their Restless Fortress. No, I'll block Beza. Alright, finally get land number 3. Play this dinosaur. Deadly cover up. Okay. Exiles what? My big dinosaurs? So Ketramose is online now. Play one of my 3-drops. I can try to bounce the Ketramose and counter it on the way back down, but I'm actually just way too far behind. Beza. All right. Well, wow. You let me down, deck. You really let me down there. So that was a really unfortunate 2 and 3 for standard Stompy control Simic, and we ran kind of bad, I think, for sure. Like, there's 22 lands in the deck, which really is enough. Our average mana value is like less than 2. And we're playing 4 Llanowar Elves, Glimpse the Cores, Heirlooms, and the Snake that can ramp us. So we should not have had all of the mana trouble that we did tonight. I think that we just got a little unfortunate. One thing that is for sure that the deck needs is some card draw. Like a couple of... I don't know if Stock Up is a good choice for this deck, because, like, you know, we want to play at instant speed a lot of the time once we've gotten our 2 and 3 drop creatures down. I could see like Quick Study could be a good card for this deck. There's also like Joint Expedition, which is the like 2 mana preordained that you can kick for a green to also put a land onto the battlefield as you play it. I initially had a couple of those in this build, but then I cut them thinking that like the Herd Heirlooms would be better for drawing us extra cards. But like, if you never get to the point where you can play the Herd Heirloom, then you're never going to get to the point where you can play Quick Study either, I suppose. But I think, yeah, having a couple of card draw pieces, maybe not even Quick Study, maybe just like Opt or Deduce, something like that, just to help us draw through our library a little bit would help. because there were also, you know, we don't have a huge number of creatures because we do have to play all of this ramp and interaction. That's like our game plan. We have only a few creatures, but they're very hard hitting. That's sort of the idea of the deck. So I think the deck does need some more card draw. It's even possible that something like, you know, more creature-focused card draw could be appropriate, like Invasion of Ixalan. I really like that card. It digs pretty deep for a cheap mana value. And it can also find lands as well. Yeah, I think actually that would be better than Quick Study, is Invasion of Ixalan. So, I don't know. I think Auroral Procession, we only got to use it once in these matches, really, and it was good retrieving a counterspell from our graveyard to counter something else. So I do think this is a good card, and I think the deck is good too. You know, it just needs. I think we absolutely had some unfortunate running tonight. There is possibly some argument for adding land number 23, although I think, given it shouldn't be necessary. Given the mana value of this deck, like an average player would not have as much trouble as I did tonight. I think I just got a little unlucky, so 22 is probably right. If I play this again, I think I'll stick to 22, but just add a couple of card draw / selection pieces so that we see more of our deck. And yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff in the meta that we're not great against, like that Ketramose deck. Ketramose is a hard creature for us to deal with, and you know, even Beza is a little bit hard for us to deal with because it is a 4/5. So it's possible the deck could use a couple of like the blue removal, like Unable to Scream is a really good card for shutting down big creatures with powerful abilities like Beza and Shieldred and Ketramose. So I could absolutely see a couple of those going into the sideboard as well. You could cut like maybe a Surrak and a Tidebinder or something like that to make room for like 2 Unable to Screams. There's also a new one in the new set in Tarkir Dragonstorm. It's a 1-mana tap creature. They can pay 5 to untap it. That might be good for this deck too, because if our opponents are spending all of their mana to untap their creature to like block a Bloated Contaminator on turn 4 or 5, we're kind of okay with that. So yeah, I would add some card draw to the main board, card draw / card selection, like at least 2. And I would add a couple of Unable to Screams to the sideboard as well to help us against really powerful individual creatures like Beza, like Ketramose, like Shieldred. So all in all, a really unfortunate run for standard Stompy control. I am, however, convinced that this is a good deck, and you can bet that I will be playing this again, because I'm just not satisfied with how things went in these matches. I think we got a little unlucky. Anyway, that happens in MTG, as you know, I'm sure, if you play enough. But we're going to call it here. I hope you enjoyed watching me play and kind of get failed by my deck with standard Stompy control. If you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I do stream Magic the Gathering on my Twitch channel every Tuesday and Friday. There's a link to my Twitch channel in the description as well. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.